Hey everybody, Jake here from Bearded Gear, and I have a pretty exciting unboxing to tackle today. This is a Spartan Harsey Folder, the full-size one, not the 3.25. And if you've been following my channel for a while, you've seen I've already actually reviewed a Spartan Harsey Folder. I borrowed one from my buddy Matt, aka Cutting Edge Gear, a few months back now at this point, and I liked the knife. As like tactical knives go, it was one that I ended up liking more than I usually do for tactical type knives. And so I've been thinking for a while that I'd like to get one for myself, and then just in the last week or so, one of my buddies posted that he had one available for sale. So I struck up a deal with him. I traded my Microtech Hawk Auto plus some cash, and I got a pretty epic Spartan Harsey folder. So this one is one of the customs. It has Chad Nichols Damascus and Dragon bronze and green scales. And so this is just a very unique Spartan Harsey folder as they go. They're all pretty unique anyways, but this one is a little bit dressed up. So one thing that I'm not sure about before I even open this box, I'm not a big fan of like dragon artwork. It's not really my thing. So in photos, I haven't fallen in love with the scales on this knife, but the Chad Nichols Damascus blade is gorgeous. And so I don't know if when I see these scales in person, I'll be more okay with them, or if this will be the kind of thing where I need to swap scales with somebody else, maybe make something like that happen, or have the scales modified, maybe just coated or something. I don't know what I would do, but we will see. So let's get it out of the box and see what we're working with here. Ooh, the color of the ano is gorgeous. So let me set this box down. Wow. I think I'm a little more okay with it in person than I was in photos. So the design of the dragon itself, I'm not crazy about, but how deep the etching is and what it does for the ano looks really, really cool to me. You can see the hardware is also, it's almost like this kind of aqua color. Matches the thumb stud as well. As you can already see, this blade is going to be impressive, but let's look at the scales real quick. First, got another dragon over here. Maybe I'll just watch Year the Dragon and embrace it. I don't know, this ano is wild. Alright, let's go ahead and see how she looks open. Oof. So I have never been all that much of a Damascus guy. I've only ever owned one or two knives with Damasteel blades. I have not had an extensive collection of Damasteel, and I've always thought it looks really, really cool, but I've just never really seen all that much utility in it. It hasn't gotten me excited in terms of its actual properties, but it just looks really cool. So let's take a look. I'm not sure what pattern this is. I feel like it might just be random pattern. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, Damascus looks incredible, and on this blade it looks pretty fitting to me. I've been thinking lately that I'd like to start kind of experimenting with Damascus a little bit more, seeing if I end up liking it more on my personal knives. Oof. Yeah, so this feels exactly like what I remember from the loaner Spartan Harsey folder that I had. This one is just extra super pretty. Man, this is cool. Yeah, the way this ano is worn too, like if you look at the, like, I don't know, there's like points and different spots where it's milled. You get like the bronze showing through on the edges and all that, but then the green is really kind of more of an aqua in person, and I like that. Yeah, this is sweet. So I'll have to decide if I can live with the dragon or not. I probably won't do a first impressions video on this knife because my first impressions are basically going to be where I left off with my full review of the loaner that I had, but I'll probably do a full review on this one being different and looking different, and I'll probably take a little bit more time with it before doing that, since it's a personal knife that I purchased and now own. So this looks really cool. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, I just don't know that I'll end up finding that I want to cut with this blade because it's such beautiful Damascus, and that's kind of the issue I have with it. Plus, like, Spartan uses S35VN and now S45VN, and they're really good. They do a double deep cryo and all this crazy stuff, so they really treat their S35VN well, and it's a great steel coming from them. I'm not sure what this Damascus is comprised of, because it can be a variety of different things, right? So depending on what the steels used to create this Damascus were, it could be as good as their S35VN, but it usually, to me, seems like Damascus blades are more for show, for collector pieces, and aren't really designed to have the cutting performance that their counterparts do, like here, where the standard steel that they use is something they specifically select for performance. So maybe I'll find that this is something that they've also curated for performance, but I don't know. I'll have to look into what this Damasteel is created out of, and how it's been treated and all that. But this anodizing is gorgeous. I almost wish it just didn't have any of the laser etching on it, and it was just this really cool ano. That would be sweet. But it's so deep in there that I don't know how you couldn't, like, remove that laser. Anyways, this is just an unboxing. Like I said, there will be a full review on this guy, but I'm excited to have my own Spartan Harsey folder at this point. We'll see if it's a forever keeper, or if I end up moving this one along and going for one a little more vanilla that I feel more comfortable using, or I don't know yet. It's undetermined, but I couldn't really pass it up. I just really wanted this knife, and so when the opportunity presented itself to do that trade plus a little cash and get such a cool one, couldn't really say no to that. So this is the Spartan Harsey folder with some Chad Nichols Damascus, and it has these dragon scales that are anodized. They say green and bronze. I'm going to call it kind of an aqua. I love the hardware, especially. Look at that thumb stud. Yeah, this is a sweet knife. And it is my current only Damascus knife, and one of the only few I've ever had. So there's that. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one.